Praise be to God. Well, my sister Charity Ngilu called me and told me that John had rested. I think, Charity, if you remember, my exclamation was that of disbelief, because I feel cheated. When we met here not so long time ago, went to say kwaheri to Irene, I had hoped to spend some quality time thereafter with John. But this did not happen. So you can imagine that news. So on behalf of myself, the family, I want to say poleni sana to Ken, to Betty, Paula, Marshall, and David. I've been trying to catch up with David. I don't know where David is. Try to catch up with him. And I so sort of celebrating and mourning our brother John. We stopped in Masi. Those of you who will be going to Shagu will probably go through Masi before you get to Chawango, through Makutano, Chawango. And we had a huge crowd in Masi. And I can tell you that John is being mourned by a whole community. Men and women in Masi town observed a moment's silence in honor of our brother David. I thought I should bring that to the attention of the family. And I know that this congregation is a specialized congregation in the sense that if you allowed all those people from Ushago to come, because John touched the lives of everybody. And I could see it in their faces. I asked them where they actually remembered him. And they all, in unison, said, "Do we know John? And he's sad that he has left us. He has touched the lives of people of Mwala, quite apart from the national figure he was." I knew John soon after law school, when I went as a pupil to work at Kaplan and Stratton Advocates. And there I met John's wife, Irene, and we became very close as a family. And I can tell you, if there's one person who touched my life in terms of excellence of performance of public duty, it was the late John Lusa. It's all very well documented in that document, in that booklet. It has not said, I have the truth about John, traveled the world, became a very successful CEO. Post Bank, as you know, what has it become now? Post Bank. Before some stage, it actually got raided by other people, if you remember the history of this country. And John had left. The fact that he could not even continue to do his graduate work in the university, and because of some family man thought of saying, no, I will not go and proceed to university. I'd rather go and work and bring this family. And Mrs. Chula, I told that Mama Jane that we agree with her, because I've seen how close have been the Chulas and the Lusas over the years, producing one of the best pastors in town, Brian, touching the world. It's so in the family. It's so in the family. And so John said no to corruption and lived it. At a time when it was under single party, leadership, and Charity will remember these things were not easy. But John stood his ground and became not the gentleman he was, gentleman par excellence, but a man who took leadership of his country's resources. And no wonder that eventually he was a trustee in so many of those, including Retirement Benefits Authority and other places. So if only Kenyans could follow the example, emulate the example of John, we would have a country to be proud of. Those of us who still have a bit of time in our hands, let us try and do the best we can to live the example that John has left. And so those Mkambas out there, thank you for singing that beautiful Kikamba hymn. My brother, Reverend Mwalwa, always likes to think that the heavenly language will be Kikamba. And so, and I see he's also here very close to the family. So I just wanted to pay tribute, and I hope to catch up with you, Ken, and all of you, family, even those who are out there in the world. If time could permit, David, let's get together, because some of you have become excellent in performance of the respective duties that have come your way, and thanks to your mom and dad. I mean, people talk of lovebirds. I can tell you John and Irene were absolute lovebirds, and living the example of what a family should be and can be. So may the good Lord rest the soul of our brother, John Lusa, in everlasting peace. Amen. Even as he goes to join his wonderful bride, Irene. Asanteni.
Thank you, Honorable Kalonzo. I do have an uncle called Brian. We look alike. In fact, I want to tell you a story.